Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about straddle lifts. So this is a great leg press alternative. If you're at home, you don't have access to one, it resembles the bottom portion of the leg press. So when doing this, you want to make sure, especially if you want to bias your glutes, what you're going to do, you're going to stand about, hip lengths apart. You don't want anything super wide. The more wider you are, the more it's going to hit your adductors on the inside here. So you don't need to be too wide. From there, just the same principle as we've always talked about, more glutes is going to be more hip flexion. So here, we're going to try to keep the knees, you're going to keep the shins vertical. You are coming down, hitting more hip flexion than knee flexion, and coming back up. And also, you don't want to go past the range of motion either. So let me back up just a little bit here. So look as I do a squat here, as I'm coming down, this is great. I have a lot of hip flexion, not as much knee flexion, definitely feeling more in my glutes coming up. Now watch as I go lower. If I go lower, 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 lower here, you just see that right there, that butt wink. That took away from the glutes, and you're not contracting the glutes anymore. So you want to keep them in that range of motion, right about here, right about parallel is great, coming back up, keeping that neutral spine. Now, to bias the quads, obviously, again, you're going to have more knee flexion than hip flexion. So what I would recommend, if you have some sort of, little plates here, I'll grab my other one here. If you have some little plates at the gym or wherever you're at, you can always elevate your heels on these if you don't actually have one of those heel elevation things, just to help take the ankle mobility out of it. So here, let me go up here for you guys to see a little bit better. So here, elevate my feet a little bit, take that ankle mobility out. I am coming down, getting more knee flexion than I am hip flexion coming up. You'll feel it more in the quads here. So now, as we finally go into this setup here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up. And obviously you don't need a box and plates. Like you can utilize like a few plates if you have, or you can utilize 2 benches or whatever you have to make a makeshift straddle lift. And from here, again, this is gonna be biasing the glutes. So I'm gonna be coming down. My neutral spine is gonna be more hip flexion than knee flexion, coming down. See, if this was the regular ground here, the kettlebell, I wouldn't be able to go down that far. I'd probably only be able to go here because obviously the kettlebell can't go through the ground. But with the straddle lift, I can definitely go a little bit deeper, making sure to keep my, my neutral spine. I'm not getting that butt wink or anything. Now again, if I want to go quads, you can go ahead and add the little weights here, just to elevate your heels a bit. Elevating the heels help you get more knee flexion. So focus, especially when you elevate these heels, don't keep sticking that butt back. I want you to drag those knees forward here, keeping that neutral spine, and then coming up, you feel a lot more in your quads. So this is a great leg press alternative, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free, leave them in the comments. I hope this helps. Thanks, guys.